going to start with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and with our toes out towards our knees, and just gently gliding side to side. Don't move anything else except for your lower body. Your shoulders are back and down. You're in a nice straight posture. Imagine that there's a mirror in front of you and a mirror behind you that's keeping you from going too far forward as well as too far back. Starting with your right arm, we're going to gently flow side to side, swaying just gently with a nice bent elbow. That'll allow your hand to relax. 2 more on this side. And now starting with your left, swaying side to side. Nice and gently, just a little movement to get you started. Now both hands together, swaying side to side. And start moving your hands a little bit higher, bending a little bit deeper with your elbows. As we're doing this, we're going to go into a circle, up and around, nice and slow, reaching high when you get to the top. Now to your left, go around, up, reach up as high as you can, and come on back down. To the other side, to the right, swaying over and around. Your hands come up as high as possible and come back down. Again, to your left, keeping your arms close to your body, now reaching out in front of you, coming back down. And now over to your right, sweep up and around. As you go up, engage your core when your arms are the whole way to the top. Come up and back down, and to the other side again. Sweep up and around and back down. Now taking your right arm, swing side to side 2 times. Now make a big circle. Sweep up to the top and back down. And again in the other direction. Sweep 2 times. Big circle up to the top, and back down. Now with your left arm, sweep 2 times. Big circle up and around. Come up to the top, and come on back down. Sweep 2 times with your hand, up and around, and relax both arms. Now go together. Sweep 2 times, up and around, and top, reach as high as you can. Sweep 2 times, other direction, up and around, and come on back down. Now taking your left hand, extend to the side. Your right hand, extend to the side. Lunging gently. Don't forcefully push yourself across. Your shoulders are down and relaxed, and just sweep across. Last one. Now we're going to bring our feet in, shoulder width apart, and we're going to gently go down into a squat. Your feet are completely flat across the bottom of the floor, not rolling out to the side or rolling in on the ball of your foot. Your weight is spread evenly. Squat down. Now extend your elbows back behind you. Your hands come up to your shoulders. Extend your arms behind you where your arms are parallel to the floor. Now pulling your pelvis forward. Take your arms, the back of your hands come around to the front. They come together, palms together, and lift all the way up above your head. Extend as high as you can. Press your palms down towards the floor and start all over again. Go down into a squat. Weight is completely even across the bottom of your feet. Extend your hands out behind you, parallel to the floor. Sweep the backs of your hands and pull your pelvis forward and bring them around. Now this time, take your left hand and gently grab your right wrist and pull it just slightly across your body. Not too hard and not too forcibly. And come back to center. Taking your right hand, take your left wrist and pull it gently across your body. Extend your hands out in front of you, palms towards one another. Lift your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Take your palms, turn them out, and bring your elbows into your ribs. Take them back up over top, and press your hands all the way down to the floor. Again, a nice soft squat with your knees, weight evenly distributed, hands and elbows up, and press your palms back behind you. Sweep the back of your hands around to the front. And this time you're going to link your fingertips together, bring them in towards your chin, and now pull as if you're trying to pull your fingertips apart, and release. Extend your hands out in front of you, and lift all the way up, and press your palms down and around behind you. You're going to take your feet back out a little bit wider again. Your toes again are in the same direction as your knees, and we're going to do some circles with our arms again, this time with a little bit more of a lunge. So lunge forward, up and around, and behind. To the other side, lunge forward. Take your hand up and around and behind. Sweep across your body a little bit deeper in your lunge. Now come back on your lunge this time and take your arm behind you. To the other side, sweep forward, up, and around. The back of your hand goes behind you. A little bit deeper as you go to the right this time. Reach out and across, pull up, and back behind you. Sweep to your left. Extend your arm as far as you can. Lift as high as you can, and come back and around behind you. Now taking your left arm, lunge across, and lunge a little bit deeper towards the right. Lift that left arm up, bring it back down. Go into your right, or to your left side. Extend across with your right arm in the front. Go a little bit deeper, and bring your right arm up and back down, and come back to center. Sweep your arms up over top. Slide your foot in, closer to the other. Take your left hand and lift it up as high as you can. Not out in front of you and not behind you to arch your back, but straight up from your shoulder. And make a little circle with your palm. To the other side, lift with your left, or with your right, and circle around. Bring both hands up over top as if you're grabbing a rope. Pull, 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 pull down. Release, and allow your hands to come back up to the ceiling. Press your palms down to the side, and relax. Just relax your shoulders a little bit. Sway gently side to side. Now we're going to do some more of the windmills like we did earlier with your feet turned out to the side. This time a little bit further out in plie, and you're going to want to have your knees turn towards your toes, and you're going to take your left hand and circle it up and around to your right side, coming across your body. You're going to come back and lean back and take your right arm and circle it around towards the front. Turn your back foot in slightly. Now take your left hand up and around and circle down around behind you. Take your right hand up, lift as high as you can, press down, and bring both hands up to the ceiling. Turning your right foot in, your left foot out, we're going to do the same thing. Your right hand is going to come across your body, come back up the center and lean back. Your left hand comes out to the side and windmill cross. Right hand comes up and across your body. Left hand comes up, lunge, and goes out in front of your body. Bring both hands up, up, up as high as you can. Hands down into a prayer position, plie out wide. Come on back up with your hands and bring them back down to your side. Your feet are going to remain in plie, but I want you to check and make sure that your knees are not going to extend out over your toes whenever you go into plie, which mine would. So I'm going to take a little bit further of a step out to the side. But again, making sure that my knees are in line with my toes. What you'll want to do as you go down into plie is to pull yourself forward with your pelvis and press your knees behind. You don't want to lean forward and you don't want to lean behind. We're going to do some nice slow plies, stretching out your inner thighs. So as you go down, put your knees behind and slowly rise back up. Go down again, pressing your knees out to the side and rise back up. Down again and pushing your knees out, rise back up. A few more times of these. As you're doing these, I also want you to engage your core as you go down and as you come back up. Squeezing your glutes just gently. As you come up, two more. Down. And last one. Now you're going to go down here and you're going to hold. You're going to take your left arm, extend it up in the air, lift it as high as you can. You're going to lunge and go reach across the top of your body. And sweep that hand back around behind you, lunging to the other side. Sweep up above your head, go across, and come back. Now staying down in the plie position, lift your right arm up, sweep across the top of your body, and come back. Sweep across the top of your body, and come back. Come up and shake those legs out just slightly, a little bit to loosen them up. We're going back down into the plies again, this time working a little bit more with our obliques, being sure again that your feet are nice and wide, you're in a nice upright posture with your knees turned out and your toes pointed out to an angle. What we're we're going to do this time is start with our left arm up in the air, lift as high as you can, come down into plie, lift up as high as you can. This time, come down and bring your elbow to your knee, and extend all the way back up. Again, come down, bend to the side, elbow to the knee, and back up, not to the thigh. Nice and slowly, elbow to the knee, extend all the way up, and one more time, elbow to the knee. While we're up here, we're gonna switch our hands, and this time, same thing. Come down and bring your elbow to your knee, this time on your right side for 4. This is 3, extend all the way up, 2, and this will be your last one. Come on down. We're going to take our hands, I'm going to move back a little bit. We're going to take our hands up as high as we can. I want you to be able to see my hands. We're going to come down into plie, and this time we're going to come down with our left hand, sweep our right hand behind our knee, and pull ourselves all the way back up. Coming down with your right elbow to your knee, right hand behind your knee, and pull all the way back up. Same thing again on the other side. Elbow to your knee, hand sweeps behind your knee, and up. Right elbow to your knee, left hand, right hand sweeps up, and come on back down. We're going to stay with these plies, nice and slowly again, for 4. On the last one, we're going to come up and we're going to hold. Now we're going to take our right leg and come in and tap. Go back out to the side and plie. Right leg in, just a little tap and a lunge, and down. Tap and a lunge again. Not very much, just gently, and a slight little bend. You don't have to take your knee the whole way to the floor. Just a little tap and a little lunge. Last one this side. Now let's go over to our left side. Little tap, come back to plie. Little tap and lunge, come back to plie. Tap and lunge, and back. 3 more. Tap and lunge. 2 more. And last one. And rise up. Now, if you haven't gotten a chair, I've had one here the whole time. I forgot to remind you to get one. But if you don't have a chair, now might be a good time to pause and go and get a chair that your hand would be about hip height and would allow you just for a little stability as we go into this next sequence. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our hand not directly beside us, but we're going to be slightly behind the chair, and our feet are going to be parallel. This is a good movement for our feet, oftentimes because we are on them so much and we do wear shoes so frequently, our feet can get kind of tight and sore and uncomfortable. This will hopefully loosen them up across the bottom. The one thing to keep in mind as we're doing all of these moves that we'll be doing with the chair is to make sure that your weight is evenly distributed across the bottom of your foot. You don't want it to be rolled out too far on the outside or too far on the inside. It's completely across the bottom of your foot. So making sure that you're in that position, you're up again nice and tall with your core engaged. We're going to just rise up on our toes and press our heel down. We're going to lift up and drive your heel down into the floor. Now your feet don't, or your legs rather, don't have to be perfectly straight. There could be a slight bend in your knee, but if possible, try to keep them as straight as possible as you come up for this first round. So this is your 4th one, and we're going to do 4 more. As you come up, you might not be able to come up as high as I am coming up, but don't let that deter you. Continue to rise up as much as you possibly can. 2 more. Again, engaging your core as you're pulling yourself as if there's a string on your head that's pulling you up. Now, on this round, we're going to rise up onto our toes, bend our knees slightly, and come down. And now press ourselves straight up as high as possible and drive our heels back into the floor. Bend your knees slightly, come up on the front of your feet, press yourself up to straight legs this time, and drive your heels down into the floor. Again, bending your knees slightly, pull your knees forward, come up nice and tall with that string on top of your head, and release and press your heels into the floor. Knees forward, come up on the balls of your feet, extend with that string, pulling you up as high as possible, and relax and bring your feet down and drive them into the floor. Turning your feet out slightly, just into a V shape, we're going to do the same thing, beginning with just coming up on our toes. Again, making sure that your weight is evenly distributed all the way across the bottom of your foot, and come on back down. Rise up, and come back down. Rise up, 2 more, doing it the same slow speed. You don't want to do it quickly, and we want to engage those muscles, so come up, we're going to have nice strong ankles, and come on back down. Doing what we did earlier, where we bend our knees slightly, come up, lift our heels, rise up, and press our heels down into the floor. Bend your knees slightly, come up on the balls of your feet and the bottom of your feet, rise up, and come on back down. Squat down slightly, come up on the bottom of your feet, pull up as high as you can, and heels down to the floor. All the time, if you are envisioning that that string is on your head and that's what's keeping you in line, that will help you to stay not from going forward or too far back. And rise up, and come back down. Great job. Shake out those feet. Hopefully that felt good to relieve a little bit on the bottom of your feet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to engage our core, keep our shoulders rolled down and back, stand up nice and tall, not hinging forward or arching ourselves back. We're going to stand up and point our toe directly out in front of you, not with your foot turned, but directly out in front of you, and just tap. Just for a few times. 3 more. Now we're going to go out like a clock. We're going to tap 4 times. 3, 2, straight out to the side and tap. Now, if you'll notice, I'm not arched over to the side or going the other direction. My body is straight up and down, and we're tapping. Let's take it around behind us, straight back, and hold here for 4 taps. Now, we're going to turn our knee out to the side and lift a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap around, back to the side, like it's at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toe tap and come around to the front. Again, the only thing you'll notice on my body that's moving is my leg, and my mouth, and my arm. But the rest of my body is not jerking back and forth. And come on back down. Let's take it over to the other side, and we'll do the other leg. Again, placing your hand just slightly in front of you. You're up nice and tall. Extend your right leg this time, and just begin tapping with your toe pointed. Again, my body is stationary. Only thing moving is my leg. And we'll come around to the side. 3, 4, tap to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 taps behind. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 taps with our knees to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Turn your knee out and tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it round back to the side. 2, 1. You're up nice and tall. 4 taps here. 3, 2, 1. Now back to the front. 4, 3, 2, 1. And back in. Now, we are going to do something that's very much a simple move, but it's very effective, and that's we are going to bicycle. So you're going to start out with your foot flexed. You're going to bring your heel up and around, lift your knee up, and circle it around just like you're riding a bike. We're going to do this for 4 times, and then we're going to do 4 hip cleaners. 3, 2, keeping your core engaged, up nice and tall. 1, and hold. Bring your foot down. Now you're going to take your knee and you're going to cross the front of your body. You're going to turn your hip, take that foot and take it behind your other knee, and turn in your hip and bring it across. You'll notice the only thing that's really moving is my lower body, keeping myself up nice and tall and extending behind, sweeping it across the front, taking it behind to the front. One more time, across to the front, behind, and down. Now let's go over to the other side. We have to do our left side. We've done our right, we have to do our left. Again, up nice and tall, hand out just a little bit in front of you. You're up nice and tall, you're going to bring your knee up, flex your foot, and let's ride our bike. Circle it around nice and slow. Bring your knee up, circle it around. Your knee comes up. Again, maintaining good posture, your shoulders are back and down, your core is engaged, and the only thing moving is your lower body. Bring that foot back down and around. We're doing the same thing on this side with the hip cleaner, where your knee is going to come up and across the front of your body, and then your foot's going to go back behind. So bring your foot up, take it across your right knee, and press your foot behind you. These, I think, feel fabulous and kind of help you get moving and get your legs going. 2 more times. Up, circle around, and last one, circle around and down. Great job. From here, we're going to do some more leg work as far as stretching out the calves. So we're going to take 1 foot forward, 1 foot behind. You may not need the chair for this, but if you want to keep it there with you, that's fine. Your feet are a safe distance apart, front to back and side to side. I'll show you from the side that I'm not in a big long runner stretch, but in a slight runner stretch with about a foot between my feet, and then my feet are evenly spaced side to side. You don't want to have them lined up parallel or right behind one another because it will help you. It won't help you to stay on balance. So the other foot is out gently to the side, and you're going to be up nice and tall, and you're going to go forward and back. Notice that my knees are slightly bent. It's as if I'm gliding along on a plane, just forward and back. Now I'm going to come forward this time. My back foot is going to stay firmly pressed down into the floor. My weight is in my front leg, but my back foot is still down on the floor. Now I'm going to lift my back heel, and I'm going to press it down to the floor. I'm going to lift my back heel and press it down to the floor. This time I'm going to rock backwards. I'm going to come behind myself, behind my plane where I was before, lift my front toe up. I'm going to take my pinky toe and drop it down to the floor. The only thing twisting is from my hip down. Bring my big toe back up and drop the big toe down to the floor. Back up to the top. Shift your weight towards that front foot. Back heel goes up and down, up and down. Great job. Now let's take it over to the other side. We're again going to make sure that our feet are evenly spaced front to back, side to side, so my foot is not behind the other. And we're going to gently bend our knees, slide forward and back, and forward and back. Just remember we're on that nice even plane, so my body's not all over the place. I'm just slowly moving along. Hold here. Shift your weight to your front leg. All my weight is on my front leg, but my foot is evenly planted on the floor behind me. Lift that back heel up and down, and up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Hold this position. Now rock back into your back foot. Place all of your weight on your back foot. Lift your front foot up. Your pinky toe is going down to the side. Bringing your big toe back up to the ceiling. Take it down to the side on the inside. Bring it back up top. Press your weight down. Shift and rise all the way up. We're going to come behind our chair. I will turn just slightly so you can see, but you're going to have yourself where your arms are extended out away from you, and as you come down, you're going to flatten your back, so you have to keep walking your feet back behind you. Your ears are going to come down between your elbows, and your back is flat, and you're stretching out your shoulders, so you're extending away. Now walk your feet in a little bit closer, and arch your back. Come down to flat back, walk in a little bit closer, and push yourself and rise all the way up. Walk in a little bit closer, dropping your shoulders down. And come back to a neutral spine. Taking your hand again on the chair, stand closely this time, not too far away. You're taking your outside leg, crossing it over the leg that is closest to the chair, extending your right arm up, over, and above your head, and slightly dropping across and gently towards the chair. Press your palm of your hand up, lift as high as you possibly can, and drop it down behind you. Let's go over to the other side and do the same thing. Again, standing close to your chair, extend your arm up as high as you can, reach across your body, the top of your body, press your palm up and away, taking your leg, left leg that's on the outside, crossing it over your right leg, which is closer, and lift up, over, and across your chair, towards the chair. Press your palm up and away, and come on back down. Move the chair out of the way and to the side. We're going to go back to doing some more windmills like before. Your feet are nice and wide. You're going to take your left hand, extend it up over top of your head. Lift it up as high as you can. Remember, don't pop your hip out or to the other side. Your arm is just extended straight up. And you're going to bring your hand down around behind you, behind your knee. Lift up over top of your head and lunge across the top of your body. Press your palm back and around behind you and to the other arm. Lift up your right arm. Lift it up as high as you can. Take it across your body and take it down and around and behind your other leg. Bringing your feet in, shoulder width apart. We're going to extend our arms all the way up in the air. We're taking our left arm, extending it up and making a circle. Then we're taking our right arm up, extending as high as we can, and making a circle. Both hands are going to remain at the top, and you're going to do a small waist rotation. So that means the only thing moving is your upper body around with your waist. Bring your hands back behind you, and now circle around towards the front, extending your arms out as far as you can, and bringing them back up to the top. Lifting up, grab that rope and pull it down. Your elbows come right straight out from your shoulders. Release and lift them as high as you can. Grab that rope one more time. It's like you're a trapeze artist. Grab and pull down. Squat slightly. Bring your hands back up over top. And take your palms out to the side. Bring your elbows in to your ribs. Take your hands together. Lift all the way up and inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down into prayer position. Inhale, up above your head with your hands. Exhale, and press your hands down to the side. Relax, just sway slightly side to side. I hope you enjoyed your stretch and have a great day.